5 ways your silence can ruin a narcissist's life. What do you think a narcissist fears most? You might say, well, it's exposure. They tremble at the thought of being unmasked, for it could spell the loss of everything they've carefully crafted. But what if I told you that's not their deepest dread? Their greatest fear is solitude. It haunts them incessantly, propelling them into a frenzy of perpetual activity. Silence, to them, is an abyss, an eerie void devoid of distraction. In moments of quiet, the weight of their shame, long concealed, presses upon them with crushing force. They've evaded solitude at all costs, yet when confronted with it, the discomfort is palpable. Narcissists recoil from silence. To them, it's a cacophony of discomfort. Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Narcissist Revealed channel. Today's episode is titled 5 Ways Silence Shatters a Narcissist. If you find this intriguing and wish to delve deeper, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel before we commence. Your subscription aids in raising awareness about narcissistic abuse. 1. They feel completely helpless when they can't get you to talk. They crave your reaction, yearning for your emotional response. They derive satisfaction from inciting anger or distress with their words and actions, seeking to manipulate you like a puppet. It's imperative for them to maintain control, relishing in the ability to elicit a reaction from you. They become unhinged when met with your silence, unable to comprehend your lack of response. The uncertainty of your intentions and plans torments them, consumed by the talk swirling around them. Consequently, remaining silent and refusing to engage with a narcissist proves to be a formidable challenge. Some may experience a sudden onset of chest pressure and shame in the face of your silence, overwhelmed by the weight of their own inadequacy. Yet, you must resist the urge to be confrontational. Instead, let them experience the discomfort of silence. Their inability to elicit a response leaves them floundering, desperately attempting to regain control. However, silence is their Achilles heel. Devoid of your reaction, they are left feeling hollow and disconnected. 2. They need to know what you think. In this way, they strategize how to inflict pain upon you. Understanding your thoughts is crucial to their manipulation tactics. When you withhold communication or respond with lengthy messages, they are left in limbo, unable to gauge your emotional state or whether to continue their hold over you. Your vulnerability, such as when you earnestly endeavor to salvage the relationship and pour your heart out in lengthy emails or texts detailing your pain, becomes their ammunition. They resort to deceit and manipulation in a bid to regain your trust, only to deceive you once more. However, your silence triggers a defensive barrage of accusatory emails and texts, projecting onto you misdeeds you have not committed. Driven by paranoia, they believe you are constantly plotting against them, projecting their own callous nature onto others. In the narcissist's distorted worldview, their behavior is normalized, assuming everyone operates with the same disregard for others. The prospect of losing control over you incites anxiety and panic, as they grapple with the uncertainty of your intentions and the unpredictability of the situation. Their disdain for unpredictability stems from their own inability to tolerate uncertainty, despite their occasional attempts to surprise you. 3. Narcissists find silence dull. For understandable reasons, they fill their days with activities to distract themselves. The turmoil within them is so overwhelming that they must keep their minds occupied, lest it consume them entirely. They seek out conflict, unable to tolerate peace or tranquility. Even when disinterested, the narcissist fixates on trivialities from the past, dredging up conversations from months prior to provoke confrontation. You find yourself entangled in a cycle of defense, explanation, and justification, culminating in exhausting battles that span days and weekends, leaving you bewildered and drained. The internal chaos must align with external circumstances. Any dissonance reveals itself unmistakably. To maintain equilibrium, they seek to bridge the gap between their inner turmoil and the outside world. Thus, you may observe their mood lift after engaging in heated arguments that leave you emotionally drained. As long as they deplete your energy through conflict, they feel content. It's disconcerting to witness how easily they drift off to sleep after subjecting you to tears and confusion. They revel in their slumber while you grapple with the aftermath, a stark demonstration of their selfishness and cruelty. Hence, likening a narcissist to a vampire or a predator is not unjustified, as their actions align with such sinister personas. 4. Narcissists feel hurt when you don't say anything about them. Regardless of their treatment towards you, narcissists demand unwavering respect. They expect obedience and adherence to their dictates, envisioning you as a subservient entity who greets them with a smile each morning. They experience a sense of injury when met with your silence and robotic demeanor, as it wounds their fragile ego. To retaliate, they may escalate their punitive measures, further stifling your voice or depriving you of essential resources. However, in the presence of a selfish parent, maintaining silence may not always be feasible for a child. Personally, I found it impossible to remain silent during my upbringing. It's natural to recoil from interaction with someone perpetually subjecting you to abuse. Delayed responses served as a form of rebellion, a subtle defiance against imminent retaliation. In my experience, silence was synonymous with impending violence. Failure to respond promptly often resulted in physical retribution, a harsh reality of my upbringing. For a narcissistic parent, silence symbolizes defiance, rendering it challenging to remain silent in such circumstances. 5. Quiet means you're sane. Granting you space to be silent is something they avoid at all costs. They prefer compliance without question, akin to a machine following programmed instructions. They understand that in moments of quiet reflection, you may begin to unravel the complexities of your situation, potentially seeing through their facade. By maintaining a state of perpetual vigilance, they ensure you remain on edge, suppressing any inclination towards independent thought or emotional exploration. Their relentless pursuit to dominate your life, day in and day out, stems from a fear of relinquishing control over your perceptions. They fear that regaining your independence will unveil their true nature and expose their manipulative tactics. While silence may offer you a sense of freedom, for a narcissist, it represents the ultimate captivity. Thus concludes the fifth and final point. It's time to draw this narrative to a close. Thank you for your presence and attention. Until we meet again, let the journey of healing continue unabated.
Today, we're embarking on a journey into the intriguing realm of surprising actions that leave narcissists baffled. But before we delve into this captivating topic, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us. Your support truly means the world to us, so if you find the content engaging, don't hesitate to show your appreciation by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Now, let's dive into the fascinating discussion ahead. Have you ever found yourself entangled in a relationship with a narcissist? If so, you're likely familiar with the roller coaster of unpredictability and challenges it entails. However, amidst the chaos, there's one particular action that tends to catch narcissists completely off guard, leaving them in a state of enduring remorse. Can you guess what it might be? Stay tuned as we unravel this enigmatic phenomenon further, and feel free to share your own insights and experiences in the comments below. Let's embark on this exploration together. So, picture this. Your unwavering dedication to the relationship gradually depletes various aspects of your life, your time, finances, social circle, and even your emotional well-being. While you poured your heart and soul into nurturing the relationship, the narcissist was stealthily sabotaging your efforts, akin to poking holes in a boat as you struggled to paddle against the current. Their objective? To ensure your vessel sank while they sailed off in search of their next conquest. The cycle of narcissistic abuse is rife with cunning maneuvers designed to exploit your kindness and empathy. While you continued to give, they continued to take, leaving a trail of havoc in their wake. It's crucial to understand that narcissists operate on a fundamentally different wavelength from empathetic individuals like yourself. They evade accountability for their actions, instead exploiting others for their own gain before callously discarding them. And when it comes to scouting for their next prey, it's often someone fresh. Just as they clung to you when you were the new arrival in their life, they'll seamlessly transition to another once they've drained you dry. Whether it's an old acquaintance, a past flame, or a complete stranger, the pattern remains: exploit, discard, and on to the next target. Numerous factors contribute to perpetuating the cycle of narcissistic manipulation. The pivotal realization is that the narcissist remains the constant amidst the chaos. They recognize the psychological hold they have over you and are cognizant of the turmoil they inflict upon your life. Like a chameleon, they swap masks, assuming different personas to toy with people's minds, all in their quest for superiority. Living alongside a narcissist is akin to navigating between two distinct personalities. They oscillate between moments of kindness and cruelty, leaving you perpetually uncertain about the nature of your relationship with them. It's akin to traversing the divide between Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a deliberate ploy to sow confusion and maintain control over you. So, how do you respond when faced with your partner's silent treatment or verbal abuse? Many seek solace online, scouring for insights amidst the chaos. This marks a pivotal juncture, the inception of a journey to uncover more about yourself and the intricacies of narcissism. The narcissist never anticipated your inclination to question. They presumed they had you neatly categorized from the outset. Reflecting on those initial encounters with the narcissist, you discern how they meticulously sized you up, discerning your triggers, strengths, and vulnerabilities. To them, you're merely a means to inflate their ego and assert dominance, thus they cunningly maneuver to draw you closer while concealing their true motives behind a facade of charm. As their web of deceit ensnares you further, fragments of your identity begin to slip away, consumed by their lies, until they ultimately discard you once their desires are fulfilled. Then, they seamlessly transition to their next target, leaving behind a trail of shattered relationships. Amidst the wreckage, the narcissist never envisioned you regaining your composure. It's imperative to rewind this segment of the video, for the narcissist was acutely aware of the anguish they inflicted upon you. They willingly subjected you to abuse day after day, week after week, month after month, and even year after year, fully cognizant that the breaking point would eventually emerge. You'd either depart from their grasp or be callously discarded, unless you chose to remain ensnared in their manipulative clutches like a soulless specter. If this narrative resonates with your experiences, share your insights below. Your sense of self has become entangled with theirs, leaving you drained and defeated as each passing day saps more of your vitality. Yet, here's the twist. The narcissist never anticipated your resilience, your quest for understanding narcissism, your acceptance of reality, and the recognition of your inherent value, beauty, and inner fortitude, qualities sorely lacking in the narcissist. They ensnared you with falsehoods, manipulation, and coercion, convincing you of your dependency on them, fueled by the trauma bond that bound you to them, oscillating between fleeting moments of joy and profound despair akin to a tumultuous emotional odyssey. This perpetual instability rendered solid footing elusive. Each attempt to reach out to the narcissist, whether through calls, texts, or emails, plunged you into uncertainty, devoid of stability. Deliberately unsettling you, the narcissist fortified the trauma bond, ensnaring you further and rendering escape a formidable challenge. Because narcissism isn't part of the curriculum, you found yourself blindsided by this intricate bond, grappling with the sensation of everything unraveling, leaving a void in its wake. Your mind became consumed by thoughts of the narcissist, day and night. Their messages prompted you to drop everything, eagerly detailing your activities, plans, and intentions, only to receive terse, dismissive responses like okay or K, or sometimes, silence. Sound familiar? Share your anecdotes. Your earnest endeavors to appease them were met with disdain. You were relegated to the role of an unpaid servant, constantly apologizing, perpetually striving to fulfill their ceaseless demands. Enveloped in the haze of narcissism or ensnared by the trauma bond, you remain tethered to the narcissist, oblivious to your inherent worth. Blinded to your own value, once ensnared, they diminished you further. Their interest waned, and the thrill of pursuit evaporated upon capture. You became akin to a neglected toy, relegated to a shelf, awaiting their whim to play or utilize you. They'd vanish for hours, days, or entire weekends, leaving you in a state of uncertainty. Were they seeking a replacement for you, or satiating their needs elsewhere? These alternate sources could encompass friends, social engagements, travels, possessions, or any other perceived value. Typically, narcissists derive validation from romantic partners or peers, yet it could extend to family members or siblings. However, they underestimated your resilience. You unraveled the situation, comprehended its detrimental nature, and recognized the imperative to break free. Going through a breakup, whether you initiated it or not, can feel like navigating through a labyrinth. Yet within that maze lies the key to your liberation. The narcissist, adept at manipulation and deception, never intended for you to unravel their facade, heal, or forge ahead. They thrive on falsehoods, masquerading as someone they're not to maintain their grip on you. But you've broken free, you're embarking on a journey of self-restoration and evolution, perhaps even extending a helping hand to others who've weathered similar storms. You're beginning to recognize your own value, prioritizing yourself over succumbing to the narcissist's guile. You've severed ties, blocked communications, and taken strides forward. Here's the crux. Closure from your narcissistic ex may be elusive. They're incapable of admitting fault or assuming accountability, convinced of their infallibility. Continuously ensnaring individuals in relationships only to discard them when convenient, narcissists grapple with maintaining lasting connections, alienating others with their conduct. They might endeavor to portray themselves as victims, but survivors discern the charade. While recuperating from a toxic relationship presents challenges, survivors can find solace in evading a fate that could have devastated them. As for the narcissist, they'll persist in repeating familiar patterns, perpetually seeking validation from fresh sources and never truly finding contentment in their relationships. The narcissist never anticipated your resilience post-breakup. They underestimated your capacity for healing, particularly amidst adversities like the pandemic, medical procedures, financial woes, and feelings of isolation. To compound matters, they've propagated falsehoods about you, turning allies against you and exacerbating the healing process. After the breakup, they disappeared because they couldn't face their own flaws. Behaving like petulant children trapped in their own misery, they sought to ensnare you in their downward spiral. It's as though they cast you aside only to swiftly latch onto someone new, leaving you feeling forsaken once more. Occasionally, they may attempt to ensnare you again, but resisting their wiles is essential. If you've maintained your resolve and avoided falling back into their snare, it's a significant triumph. It showcases how far you've progressed on your healing journey and how the narcissist is gradually fading from your life. Let's talk about those challenging post-breakup moments when you plummeted to rock bottom and felt as though you couldn't endure. Perhaps you even grappled with thoughts darker than ever before. But guess what? You persevered, you discovered coping mechanisms, you sought assistance, and you emerged stronger as a result. Every day you persist is a testament to your resilience. You're beginning to recognize that despite nearly obliterating you, the relationship didn't succeed. It crumbled like all narcissistic entanglements do. I reiterate these points because it's imperative for you to acknowledge how much progress you've made since those bleak days, whether it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 years. Life comprises peaks and valleys, and while your strength may fluctuate, the farther you distance yourself from the narcissist and their toxicity, the more resilient you become. If you were ensnared in a toxic bond, breaking free and understanding that severing contact is paramount is crucial. If complete avoidance isn't feasible, employing the gray rock method or simply appearing uninteresting can be effective. Here's the kicker: the narcissist never envisioned your resurgence. They underestimated your fortitude, presuming you'd be crushed and incapable of recovering from the anguish, loss, and harm they inflicted. They assumed you'd remain incapacitated, and if you faltered, they'd swiftly move on to their next prey, exploiting your trials to corroborate their falsehoods about you. Here's the deal: narcissists never want you to heal, not then, not now, not ever. They aim to conceal the harm they've caused. However, once you grasp this reality, you can establish boundaries and prioritize yourself over others. Embracing the power of no bolsters your self-value. When you reject their demands, it disrupts their plans, even though they'll attempt to manipulate or provoke you. You hold the reins. Your ability to stand resolute, even amidst adversity, showcases your resilience. You've transformed the toxic relationship into a stepping stone for personal growth. If you've weathered toxic relationships, recognize that you've emerged stronger by breaking free from the cycle of narcissistic manipulation. Your strength shines through, whether you're flourishing or still on the path to recovery. Understand that you're not alone in your journey. Remember, the narcissist never envisioned your healing, but here you are, standing tall. Let this moment mark the commencement of your recovery journey. Thanks for tuning in, and may you have a splendid day, wherever you may be. And before we sign off, don't forget to hit the like button if this resonated with you, subscribe to our channel for more empowering content, and share this video with someone who might benefit from these words today. Also, be sure to check out the link in the description for a complimentary book and the opportunity for a one-on-one consultation. Your support means everything to us.
Let's embark on a journey through the enigmatic realm of narcissism, where navigating the treacherous waters proves to be a formidable challenge. Within this perilous domain, manipulative individuals view others merely as pawns in their elaborate game of self-aggrandizement. Their actions are driven solely by the pursuit of their own ego-driven ambitions, with little regard for the consequences inflicted upon others. To them, we are but mere chess pieces on their board, devoid of individuality or personal aspirations. Narcissists are consumed by an insatiable thirst for control, and any deviation from their grasp is perceived as a direct threat to their dominance. The inability to exert authority over those close to them fuels a relentless anger within them, for it signifies a loss of power. This individual or entity becomes the bane of their existence, propelling narcissists to the brink of insanity. The mere notion of defeat, whether in a game, a professional setting, or a romantic entanglement, ignites profound discomfort within them, revealing the depths of their insecurity. Those who possess traits that directly challenge the narcissist's worldview are perceived as the ultimate adversaries, stirring up feelings of resentment and contempt. However, fear not, for even if you do not embody all these traits, maintaining your composure can cause the narcissist to lose interest, particularly if you exhibit at least 2 of these characteristics. Before we delve deeper into this captivating topic, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have dedicated their time to watch this film. To our new viewers, a warm welcome to our channel. Your presence here is truly appreciated. Today, our focus revolves around exploring the personality traits that irk narcissists the most. Understanding these traits will shed light on what triggers their descent into madness. Keep in mind that maintaining resilience and composure can strip a narcissist of their power and allure, even if you don't possess all of these traits. 1. Protectors of boundaries. The first requirement is people who stick to their limits and don't give in to narcissists' demands. If you think they're not strong enough, you will be wrong, because they will strongly reject any attempts to control or manage their actions. People who are firm in their beliefs and refuse to give in are the worst enemies of narcissists, because they ruin their lives. When narcissists try to get into these people's lives or time, they are met with fierce opposition that drives the narcissists crazy. 2. Warriors with no fear. The second requirement is brave people who aren't afraid to face the narcissist head-on. They are not afraid to address the narcissist when it's necessary and call them out on being dishonest or deceptive. Their unwavering nature makes the ego very uncomfortable, so it's hard for them to find comfort in their company. No matter what form it takes, these people will not be scared off by the narcissist's actions. Sentinels who are not impressed. The third requirement is that the person is not impressed by the narcissist's showy ways of promoting themselves and is not trusting the front they put on. These people are slow to recognize or praise others and want proof of trustworthiness before getting close. They don't rush to make new friends or are open to meeting new people right away. It takes more than a cute smile or a perfect look to trust someone. Because of this, the narcissist feels like they are not important because they can't change or please these smart people. 4. Things that destroy ego. Fourth, people who make narcissists feel small and unimportant despite how great they think they are. Along with the other things listed, this person doesn't trust the narcissist and keeps them out of their inner group. They won't invite each other or accept offers from each other, so they won't get to spend much time together. They show they don't want to be around the narcissist by using the grey rock method, which means they avoid interacting with them and don't react much to their crazy behavior. 5. The joy of being successful. Fifth on the list is someone who is more successful than the narcissist or has something they don't have. Think about a situation where one person is happily married and the narcissist is still single. It's also possible that the narcissist doesn't have any material things like a car or a house, while the other person does. Narcissists are jealous of others' success and hate it when others do better than them. Even small differences can make them angry. 6. Spirits that can't be tamed. The sixth requirement is people with free spirits who live their lives on their own terms and don't care what other people think. This character is the opposite of narcissism, so the narcissist can't stand being around them. Narcissistic envy is the feeling that these people have that they want to have the freedom that these people have naturally. Narcissists hate people who are always happy, because free spirits tend to be carefree and happy. Narcissists get angry when other people are truly happy and joyful, because they know they can never have what those people have, which makes them act irrationally. Narcissists hate it when other people speak with more power, because it makes them feel less important. People who aren't afraid to say when they're wrong are also seen as more valuable. Narcissists enjoy praising themselves and making up big achievements that they think are great. They like to complain, spread rumors, and make up interesting stories. They are naturally good at telling lies. The thing that narcissists fear most is meeting someone who is honest and able to get people's attention with their real personality. There is only one word that can describe everything: sincerity. All of the traits we just talked about are linked by this one thing. A real person is honest in every part of their life and follows a clear set of rules for behavior. When you deal with them, you get what you see. Narcissists, on the other hand, live in the world of lies and put their own lies onto everyone else. The narcissist wants to get rid of all real people because they see authenticity as a threat to their false life and want to get rid of it totally. When these people are around, the mask falls away and the truth comes out. Just like they think of themselves, the narcissist sees them all as fakes. The narcissist has to hide in their protected shell because they feel angry, frustrated, and uncomfortable. The person who has these traits has a big advantage. They have a deep understanding of the selfish mind. The narcissist's first goal is to get out of a violent relationship. They know that they can't trick this person. And what's worse, they know that this person has the power to reveal their true nature. Narcissists often come up with a way to get away from people who fit this description or do anything else they can to avoid them because they don't want to become their target. Narcissists hate these people very much because they have the power of truth. Because they are honest with themselves and everyone else they meet, they create an atmosphere where honesty rules. The narcissist stays away from them because they are scary when they face the truth. These individuals possess all the traits that a narcissist lacks. They are consistently real, set clear limits, and are not afraid to confront others. They really give off an air of respect and awe, and they keep a healthy view of life and themselves. Additionally, narcissists have no control over their ability to spot and avoid dangerous people. Narcissists' worst nightmares come true when they meet people with these traits. The narcissist grows a strong dislike for them because they can't change or control them. They try to plant doubt and suspicion in the person they want to target in the hopes that some of them will grow or that they can find someone who shares their bad view of that person. That's the end of today's journey. Please leave your questions or thoughts in the area below for comments. Thank you for taking the time to read and share.